वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्. Salutation mantra to Krishna. I salute the Lord Krishna, who is the son of Vasudeva and mother Devaki, who is the destroyer of demons, Kamsa and Chanura. I salute Krishna, the embodiment of supreme bliss, through whose grace the mute become eloquent and the dumb become eloquent. The lame scale mountains and the dumb becomes eloquent. May Krishna be the guide of our life. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, 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 control. This morning our subject is Thoughts in the Gita, part 103. We are studying the 13th chapter of the Gita. Name of the chapter is Kshetra Kshetraga Vibhaga Yoga. Kshetra means field and Kshetraga means knower of field. What is the field? The body. And who is the knower of body? That is the Hartman. That is the name of the chapter. This chapter has been divided into 4 parts. The first part, it tells us what is the field, this human body, and who is living in this body, the Atman. The second, how to reach this Atman. Then you will have to develop 20 qualities that we discussed. The third section is Gita. Who is this Atman? We want to know about it. Who is sitting inside, guiding, controlling, doing everything? We want to know about this Atman, Brahman. And the last part, practice. As I say always, Gita is a very, very practical book. It is just like your handbook. Bhagavad Gita starts with Vishad. Vishad means sorrow, grief, despondency, depression, dejection. All the whole human mind is depressed. That is the way Gita starts. And the last chapter is moksha, liberation. Very interesting. Shoko Shakvigna Manasaha. That is the way Vyasa described the condition of Arjuna. He was submerged in grief. I cannot function. Anxiety attack, depression, I cannot work. Sometimes when we read these things, we understand that many of us, we also, time to time, we suffer from this kind of problem. It is just like Niharena Prabrita Jalpya. And this morning I was thinking, very 5 o'clock, I said, what is that word? Nihar. Nihar means mist, M-I-S-T. Deep fog. At that time you cannot see anything. You are the pilot. You want to land at our Lambert airport. The control tower gave you signal, but you cannot see. You cannot see the runway. You cannot land. You will have to leave the airport and move around. When the fog goes away, you can land, or you will have to go to the nearest airport. Otherwise there will be an accident. This is true. Once I experienced that kind of thing when I was coming from Fresno to Sacramento at night after a lecture, zero visibility. I am seeing from this high, from the front, it is 2 lanes. There is average possibility to have a head-on collision. I see the car is coming, but only I can see the light, I do not see the car at all. A little light I can see. Dangerous. So at that time, when you cannot see anything, groping in darkness, what you need? You need a Krishna GPS. Sometimes when I come from Kansas City, they turn on the GPS 205 Southeast Kankar Boulevard, and this GPS talks and talks and talks and brings us to this place. No problem. Sometimes they misguide a little bit, but anyhow, I was deeply thinking that if we can invent some kind of God GPS, so just hook it there and it will take you to that direction. We need that kind of machine. Try to invent something. American people have tremendous ingenuity. You can do anything. We need divine help. That we find in Krishna. Our Arjuna got that divine help. We need Krishna to be the charioteer of our life, chariot. We have many problems. Sometimes we are confused. We do not make right decision. Sometimes we make mistakes. We do something wrong. We get caught by Maya. We suffer from worries and anxieties and fear. We grope in darkness. At that time, we need a guide. That is the reason in a spiritual life we need a guru. And the God of Gita is very human. He has love, affection, feelings for the friends. Very human. Not that God seated on the throne in the heaven. No. In this earth, He is your companion, your eternal companion, moving with you. But you don't like to listen. That God is like Antarjami, indwelling self, always talking to us. If you meditate, you can get some connection with that indwelling self. We came to enjoy this world, but we are enjoyed. All human beings are tormented by 3 kinds of sufferings. Shankha Philosophy, we read the Shankha Karika, the first mantra. Dukkhotraya vighata jignasa tad avghata ke hetu drishye sa partha chet naikantyantato bhavat. Being tormented by 3 kinds of afflictions, misery, suffering, human beings raise the question, is there any way we can stop suffering? That is the beginning of the philosophy. All great teachers, all great religions are trying to teach us how to get rid of suffering. That is the truth. We do not want sufferings. How many kinds of sufferings? 3. Udibhuta, suffering connecting with body and the mind. That is first kind of suffering. Second, Udi, first is adhyatmika, that is physical. And second is udibhuta, that is suffering connecting with external objects, tigers, lions, other bad people may harm you. They give you suffering. Third kind of suffering are unseen. It's like tornado, hurricane, tremendous flood, earthquake, unseen, they come. And they also give us suffering. So these 3 kinds of sufferings we face. These Shankha philosophers want to help us to get rid of this suffering. Then comes the law of karma. If you put your hand into the fire, your hand will burn and you will get burning sensation. This is the law of karma. If you do good, you will be happy. If you do go wrong, you will be unhappy. As you sow, so you reap, as Jesus said. So you see, this is very, very important, this law of karma. The yogis are very careful about karma. They can see that the result of karma. If I do this, that result will come to me. They can see. Most people are deluded. They do not see what is coming. Amazing. Good karma brought us to this spiritual life, and if you follow the teachings, you will be liberated. Bondage and liberation all depend on your karma. We need a guide. When you have a disease, you do not treat yourself, you go to a doctor. The doctor prescribes the medicine and you got cured. Arjuna had this nervous breakdown, anxiety attack. Krishna came forward to help. You know, when you read the Gita, do you know how long does it take? 3 hours. 2.5 to 3 hours you can finish the Gita. Same thing Bible. If you read the red lettered Bible, only the messages and teachings of Christ, it is 2.5 hours. Finished. It will not take month or week. And within 3 hours, Krishna removed Arjuna's grief, despondency, depression, doubt, everything. Just 3 hours talk. Not bad. And free of cost, you see. Arjuna said, Nasta moha smriti labdha. My moha, my delusion is gone, my despondency is gone. I got back my memory. I shall do whatever you ask me to do. It is wise to ask Krishna, the human God, to remove our sufferings. The moment, you know the meaning of when we repeat the mantra, do you know what is the main theme, meaning of the mantra? Lord, remove my suffering. So that I can think of you. I can meditate on you. I can get relationship with you. Vedanta says 2 persons live in human body, Jivatma, Paramatma, individual soul and their cosmic soul. We are never alone. Nowadays, not only in America, in every world, in the world, people are too individualistic. They are sometimes feel so lonely, alone, we need companion. People get married for what? I need a companion. When I am not well, the husband is not well, wife helps. When wife is not well, husband helps. In this way, it is a journey to the infinite. I have seen that, when we used to travel in the Himalayas for pilgrimage, I always used to take somebody with me. I need a companion. Sometimes 2-3 monks travel with me. Companion is very, very important. So if Krishna be your companion, just think of that, you will never feel alone, lonely. Sometimes human relationship, we think in the same house, you live in your world, I live in my world. I remember once Swami Ramakrishna was in the hospital, a devotee came in Madras. Swami, I see you are alone. Oh, no, I am never alone. The Master, Sri Ramakrishna, lives with me. I am never alone. Make God your companion. That we find in Arjuna's life. Good companion. have the company of the holy, good companion. Another thing I want to explain to you how this thing comes. It is called tadatmadhyas. What is tadatmadhyas? Here is an iron rod, black, dark, cold. Put it into the fire, pull the bellows. That within 15 minutes that iron rod will be red hot iron. That iron rod can burn your hand. That iron rod, we see some light there. That is called the fire and the iron rod may become one. So this human mind and intellect, when it is mixed with that God consciousness, they become one, they become luminous. What happens? That the Vedanta explains. The nature, the property of the Atman goes into the buddhi or the mind, and the property of the mind or buddhi goes to the Atman. That is called tadatmadhyas. Do you know what does it mean? It means the buddhi's property. What is property of the buddhi? Happiness and misery. Sometimes it is happy, sometimes it is unhappy. So that goes to the Atman. So the moment it goes to the Atman, you feel, I am happy, I am miserable. The quality is superimposed on the Atman. And the Atman's quality is light, consciousness, that goes to the buddhi. Buddhi, intellect, it becomes luminous. If your mind and buddhi is luminous, do you know what will happen? You see right. You will never make a mistake. When buddhi mohyashiva me, when buddhi becomes deluded, confused, you cannot see. Buddhi is the pathfinder that we will have to learn from this talk. How I can sharpen my buddhi, I can illumine my buddhi, intellect, so that I can see God, I can see within, I can see all my problems, I know how to solve it. You know, sometimes people think that what is the necessity of reading the scriptures? This is the reason we study the scriptures. It helps. Today also we shall read that Krishna he is talking about Shankha philosophy. So I am just telling you in brief, before I go into the book, what is the Shankha philosophy. According to Shankha philosophy, here is the Purusha, consciousness, and here is the Prakriti, matter, unconscious. Both are infinite, both are eternal, according to Shankha. Vedanta says both cannot be infinite. Anyhow, we shall not go to that debate. So what happens, this Prakriti, this nature, Prakriti means the matter. This Prakriti has three gunas: sattva, calmness, rajas, restlessness, tamas, dullness, inertia. So what happens, due to the vicinity of the Purusha, this Prakriti vibrates and loses its balance. The moment it loses its balance, creation begins. When Rajas jumps on the Sattva, good things comes. When the Rajas jump on the Tamas, bad thing comes. Your Rajas jumped on your Sattva, brought you to the Vedanta temple this morning. It is all jumping. Where is Rajas jumping? Always watch yourself. Where shall I go? You will see this how the gunas are working. If you have sattvic tendency, they will bring you to the spiritual place. Tamasic place, it will go to riverboat gambling. Or somewhere, Lord knows. I'm just telling you that how the gunas work. So what happens when it loses its balance, Prakriti, nature, Maya, then what happens? The first manifestation of Prakriti is Mahatattva, cosmic intelligence. Second manifestation of Prakriti is Aham Tattva, ego, I consciousness. From the ego comes 5 subtle elements: sound, space, shabda, sparsha, roop, form, gandha, smell, rasa, taste. These are the 5 subtle elements come from that Aham Tattva. Then comes 11 organs. 5 organs of knowledge, 5 organs of action, and mind. Mind works on both. So these 11 things come. All those things are in your body, in my body. So those things come, 11. Then from there comes the 5 gross elements: space, air, fire, water, earth. These 5 elements, gross elements. So this is called Chaturvimshati Tattva. 24 elements according to Shankha philosophy. Prakriti, 1, then Mahatattva, cosmic intelligence, ego. 3, 5 subtle elements, 8, 5 and 3, 8, and then comes again 11. So 19, and then again 5, 24. So these 24 elements evolved from that Prakriti. That we see. But Swami, the problem, do you know what is the problem? Problem is Shankha philosophers believe that Prakriti creates. Vedanta says Prakriti is matter. Matter cannot create. This chair cannot create a chair. It is a carpenter who can create a chair. There must be some consciousness behind, otherwise no creation is possible. Moreover, if you want to create something, you need desire. Matter cannot have any desire. Only a conscious principle can have desire. I am just telling you the difference between Shankha and Vedanta. We need consciousness. We need desire to create anything. Very interesting subject. Then how can I get rid of this Maya, this Prakriti? They gave a very beautiful example. Do you know what Prakriti does? Prakriti creates and offers enjoyment to Purusha. And Purusha, conscious principle, Purusha enjoys. So this is the Prakriti and Purusha function. Prakriti creates and Purusha enjoys. Now, next question, very interesting. How, according to Shankha philosophy, this separation from Purusha and Prakriti is called liberation. How can I liberate myself? Then he says, do you know what happens? They gave a beautiful example. Very interesting verse. I remember our teacher told us this verse in the Shankha class. Rangaisya darshayitva nivartate nartaki yata nirtat purushasya tatatmanam prakasya vinivartate prakriti. Prakriti is always dancing with these 3 gunas. Always. Never stops. If it stops, do you know what will happen? The creation will be destroyed. When you meditate, what do you do? With Prakriti, you stop the vibration of the Prakriti. We bring the mind balance. When Sattva, Raja, Tamas are 3 separate, no creation. That we are doing during meditation. We do not want any movement of the mind. Balanced. Mind just stops. Then you get deep meditation, you will be in Samadhi. So what happens, this dancing girl is dancing on the stage and entertaining the audience. All of a sudden, he made a joke. A gusty wind came and blew away the wig of the girl, and then came rain. her whole makeup and everything was washed out, and her costumes are wet. She feels, shh, I cannot show my charm anymore. She leaves the stage. She runs away. So Purusha says, oh no, then I should not be attached. It is all show. It is not the real nature of that person. So Prakriti, the Purusha gets renunciation of that dancing. That is called liberation according to Shankha. I do not want Prakriti anymore. Let Prakriti be there, but I am not interested. I am the Atman. This is the liberation according to Shankha philosophy. Now I shall go to our book. Very interesting. As you remember that in our last verse we discussed, where is God? So Gita says, Sarvata panipadam tat sarvatokshi shirumukham sarvata shrutiman loke sarvam avritta tishtati. His hands are everywhere. His feet are everywhere. His eyes are everywhere. His ears are everywhere. He encompasses the whole universe. He is all-pervading. He is everywhere. That is the God, Brahman, according to Vedanta. So all these human beings you see, they are nothing but gods. That consciousness is behind. We shall start with verse 14. Sarvendriyo gunabhasam sarvendriyo vivarjitam asaktam sarvavrichaiva nirgunam gunabhaktricha. Shining by the functions of all the senses, yet without the senses, unattached, yet unsustaining all, devoid of gunas, yet their experiencer. Sometimes these verses are very confusing. Without eyes he sees, without ears he hears, without what is called, without the qualities he enjoys. What is this? It doesn't make any sense at all. When you boil eggplant, rice, potato in a big cooking pot, did you see how those vegetables jump? They jump. Turn off the flame, all vegetables will collapse. So all this jumping because of the flame. So always remember, all of our activities, whatever we are doing, because of consciousness behind. That consciousness is inactive. But it creates all action. Somebody came to interview Swami Vivekananda. What is the duty of a man? Swamiji said, duty of a man is not to do anything. What do you mean? You started this Ramakrishna order and all these activities going on and you say, our duty is not to do anything? Well, I told you the truth. In Atman, there is no action. All action is in the domain of Prakriti, nature, Maya. As I say, the three gunas are always jumping inside us. So, our true nature is that Atman. So, he was talking about. But that one is necessary, as Sri Ramakrishna said. The zero is sustained by the one behind it. Then it has the value, 10. Take away the I, take away the one, and the zero has no value. Let there be any number of zeros. It is just a series of zeros, that's all. Such paradoxical statements begin to appear when we penetrate the surface of reality, which the senses reveal and go deeper and deeper. Do you know what does it mean? It means in the waking state, in dream state, in sleep state, you will see all these fluctuations, all this variety, multiplicity, diversity. But when you experience the samadhi, all melted into oneness, there we must go. There is Shantam Shivam Advaitam. There is, you will Shanta, calmness, Shivam, all goodness, Advaitam, non-dual. We always want to have that experience. We want peace. We want bliss. That only uninterrupted peace, uninterrupted bliss, that is only possible in samadhi, not in this human, in the waking, in the worldly stage. Today you are happy, next day you are unhappy. Always fluctuating the mind. We want permanent peace, permanent bliss. That comes from practicing spiritual disciplines, attaining samadhi. That is the truth. Bahirantasya bhutanam acharam charamevacha sukshmatvat tad vijnayam durastam chantike chat. Without and within all beings, the unmoving and also the moving, because of its subtlety, which is incomprehensible, which is far, which is also near. Very interesting. This Brahman is inside, outside. Inside, in our heart of hearts, that Brahman, God is there. And outside this world, we see it is nothing but God. Sarvam khalvidam Brahma. Everything is saturated by God consciousness. But you cannot see. Upanishad gave a beautiful example. Father told his son, this God exists, but you do not see. Let me give an example. You bring a big chunk of salt, put it in the bucket of water. Now go. Next morning, the son came. The father asked, where is the salt? I don't see the salt. You don't see the salt? No. Taste the water from the top, which is saline, salty. Middle, which is saline, salty. In the bottom, which is salty. Though the salt pervaded in that water. It is there, but you cannot see. Similarly, God pervades this Brahman, pervades as consciousness in everything and every being. But Swami, why do I need that knowledge? That knowledge is absolutely necessary. That is our goal. That will destroy all diversity, multiplicity, Maya. It will give you that knowledge of oneness. You will be illumined. You will be liberated forever. That is our goal. Here is a piece of jewelry, necklace. Its inside is gold, its outside is gold. Similarly, this consciousness is inside, outside. It is moving, immoving. You see, animals, human beings are moving, trees, mountains, they are not moving, but it is in both. It is very subtle, so we cannot see it. It is very near and also it is very far. Those who have faith, have power of discrimination, have renunciation, God is very near to them. Those who are non-believer, no faith, no love, no devotion, no renunciation, God is far, far away from those people. Very interesting. What is God? You know, sometimes when I go to California in the Laguna Beach, sometimes I sit in a park, there is a benches, I see the sunset. All the movement of the ocean, you will remember, maybe up to 200, 300 feet, the water moves. Some places in Pacific Ocean, 4 miles, 5 miles deep. 4, 5 miles deep, that ocean. After 1 mile, 2 miles, you see their water doesn't move. Still water. All the movement of the ocean, always remember, on the surface. So, it's a chara achara me baba. Do you know what they are talking about? There is a mantra in the Isha Upanishad. Tade jati tanne jati tad dure tad bantiki tadantarasya sarvaisya tadu sarvasyasya vahyata. Tade jyoti. It vibrates. It does not vibrate. It is where, it is far, it is everywhere. That is Brahman. Kampan. As I was telling, that all the vibration, movement of the ocean is on the surface. Below, no movement. There are some fine, there is some interesting signs are also there on the beach. Perhaps you have seen that freeway, highway signs like this. And 64, 40, you will see sign, road sign, 40, 64. Same, they have a 101, 5. That is the Hollywood freeway. So they put a sign there. And below that sign it is written, relax, big letter. All we have is now, big now. And below that, breathe. You are okay. People go there, stand in front of the sign and they take pictures. All funny things are there on the beach. Very interesting. It is smaller than the smallest, bigger than the biggest, greater than the greatest. Honoronian, Mahatomohian, Atma Svajanto Nihito Guhayam. This Atman, this Brahman, this God is indwelling in the heart. Tamakrutu. You will have to stop your desires if you want to go there. As Sri Ramakrishna said, look, here is the eye of a needle and here is the thread. If you want to pass the thread through the eye of a needle, what do? That thread has many fibers. You take a little water and moisture, you rub it, and when it is one-pointed, then you pass it. Same thing in spiritual life. How to go with that God. Stop worldly desires. Then it will go straight. Tamakrutu vito shoku dhatu prasadan mahiman matmana. When all these things stop, immediately, as Jesus said, straight is the gate. That is the correct word. The gate is straight. It is not zigzag. To the Jnani, God is very near. To the Ajnani, Ajnani means the person who does not know, ignorant, God is very far away. Sri Ramakrishna gave a beautiful example, referring to a python, big python. We have a devotee in California. She has a big python. She put her python around the neck and stands and takes pictures. Strange. That python, motionless. And sometimes when the python wants food, it moves. That Sri Ramakrishna says, when it is motionless, no movement, that is Brahman. And when it moves, at that time he is Ishvara, God. Prakriti is moving for food. Motion, action came. This is the way Sri Ramakrishna described Brahman and Shakti, nature. Abhibhaktam cha bhuteshu vibhaktam eva cha sthitam bhuta bhurtri cha tajyam grusishnu prabhu vishnu cha. Itself undivided, it exists as if divided in beings. It is to be known as sustaining beings and devouring as well as generating them. Fire is one. But you see, here is one piece of fire is burning, here is another piece of wood is burning, here is another piece of wood is burning. We see all different fires. You see some people in California, you're right, this house is burning, another house is burning, another is burning. We see all different fires. But truly fire is one. So similarly, God dwells in all beings. You can see separate, but actually it is one. Bhuta bhartri tajyam. It sustains all beings and devouring as well as generating. When it creates, it preserves, it destroys. All are in this Brahman. That's the mantra we repeat from the Upanishad. Yato va imani bhutani jayanti yena yatani jivanti yat prayanta visambhishanti tad vijiggasasva tad brahmeti. From where this whole creation evolves, where it stays and where it merges, that is Brahman. So we all the time we live in God, but we are unaware of it. We came from God, from the unmanifest. We are now in manifest state, and then again we will merge into unmanifest. That is the way it functions, manifestation. This creation is not real. Please show me what you mean. Our St. Louis, our arts, and this temple, all these things, they are not real. From relative standpoint, it is real, but from the absolute standpoint, no. Real means the thing which exists in the past, present, and future. That is real. We do not know after 5 million years what will happen to St. Louis City. We do not know. I went to see Grand Canyon. Whole day I was in Grand Canyon. I traveled, I could not get too much from it. Then in the evening, they showed a movie, documentary movie of the Grand Canyon. That what happens, how this Grand Canyon came into existence. From Alaska out to Mexico, there was a volcanic eruption. Volcano. And from that way, 100,000, they gave 5 million years ago, 400 million years ago, 200 million years ago, 100 million years ago. On this way, how this Grand Canyon evolved from that volcanic eruption. You can see those things were under the ocean. If you see the siltage, you see there is a layer of stones, layer after layer. They are all under the ocean. Now Grand Canyon. Evolution. I remember I went to Hawaii, I saw the black sand beach. Those sands are extremely black. The volcanic, that lava, that sand came from the lava. Amazing. Next verse. Jyotisham api jyotihi tamasa paramuchate jnanam geyam jnanagamyam hridi sarvaisya vishtitam. That light is the light of all lights. It is said to be beyond darkness. It is knowledge, the object of knowledge, and the goal of knowledge, dwelling in the hearts of all. He is now talking about the Hartman. Jyotisham api jyotihi. It is the light of the light. What do you mean by light of the light? In the Dutyrahmana Upanishad, there is a chapter called Dutyrahmana, the chapter on light. Question arose, where is the light? Sun is the light. With the help of the sun, we work. When there is no sun, where is the light? Chandra Jyotihi, moon is the light. With the help of the moon, light, we work. If there is no sun, no moon, where is the light? Nakshatra Jyotihi, the star has the light. When no sun, no moon, no star, where is the light? Agni Jyotihi, fire has the light. No sun, no moon, no star, no fire, where is the light? Shabda Jyotihi, sound has the light. Sound has the light? Yes. You are my neighbor. At night you are shouting, help, help, help. Think of that, there is no light in this world. Hearing the sound, I can go to your home. Here I am. Complete darkness. Darkness is covered by darkness. But sound can take me to your home to help you. Shabda Jyoti. When that sound, Shabda is not there, where is the light? Atma Jyoti. Atma, your Atman is consciousness. It is self-luminous. A gem and its light, can we separate? No. It is one with the light. That is the way it goes. Atma Jyoti. There is a funny story. A man was searching something on the street. His neighbor came, what are you searching? Well, I am searching my key. You are searching your key on the street? Well, yes. Why did you drop it in my home? Then why are you searching in the street? Because there is no light in my home. I see the sunlight, there is a light on the street, so I am searching here. Same thing to us. Our light is in our home is luminous, but we are searching outside. That man is searching his key on the street. Similarly, we are searching light, searching our God outside, in the temples, in the churches, and everywhere. Without knowing that we are carrying God within all the time. Vedanta will teach you how to go within and how to find that luminous one, the Atman, and how to realize it. There is another beautiful mantra in the Upanishad. Na tatro surya bhati na chandra tarakam nema vidyuto bhanti kutoyam agni tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam tesya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati. There the sun shines not the moon, not the stars. What to speak of this mortal fire? When it shines, everything shines after it. All this sun, moon, this light you see, this is borrowed from the Atman, from that Brahman. It is all borrowed light. It is not their own light. Swami Vivekananda composed the hymn on Sri Ramakrishna. Jyotir Jyotir Ujjal Hridhi Kandara Tumi Tama Bhanjan Har. O Ramakrishna, Jyotir Jyoti, you are the light of the light. Ujjal Hridhi Kandara, you illumine my heart. Tumi Tama Bhanjan Har, you are the destroyer of the darkness, gloominess, destroyer of ignorance. That is a beautiful line. Jyotir Jyotir Ujjal Hridhi Kandara Tumi Tama Bhanjan Har. Antarjami. That is a very beautiful word in our Vedanta literature. Antarjami. Who knows, who dwells inside, who controls you sitting inside, is Antarjami. Who is controlling you? Your consciousness. Sometimes I ask people, when you find too much trouble in your life, you do not find the way out. Just close your eyes, stop your desires, make your mind calm, serene. At that time, ask questions. Your indwelling self will answer. What shall I do? Tell me, Lord. You will get an answer. We shall have to learn how to connect within. This light. Another Upanishad, Shvetashatra Upanishad, tells us, Vedahametam Purusham Mahantam Aditya Varnam Tamasa Parastat Tameva Vidito Timritumeti Naina Pantha Vidyate Anaya. Beautiful mantra. You know, sometimes these mantras become the object of meditation. Vedahametam Purusham Mahantam. I have seen that effulgent one who is beyond darkness. Within me, knowing that Brahman, Atman alone, you can transcend death, there is no other way. Shri, another word, beautiful word, She Mohimni, it stands on its own glory. It does not have to depend on outside light or outside help. This Brahman, this God. Sri Ramakrishna gave another beautiful analogy. Sapche bodo prithivi. This world is very big. Tarche bodo samudra. This earth is big, no doubt, but the ocean is bigger than the earth. We say 2/3 water, 1/3 earth. That is the way we see the topography of this universe. 2/3 ocean, 1/3 earth. Ocean. But the space is bigger than the earth and the ocean. Vast cosmic space. And God encompass this whole Tribhuvan, all three worlds, with his 2 feet. So God is bigger than earth, water, space, and the devotee's heart is bigger than God. That infinite God takes a finite form and dwells in the heart. So human heart is bigger than the earth and the ocean and the space and God. Do you know why? Because Swami Vivekananda had that experience. Microcosm and macrocosm are built in the same pattern. Microcosm, small, macrocosm. In Vedanta class, I always give that example. Here is jar space and here is the cosmic space. The moment you break the jar space becomes one with the cosmic space. I give another example. Perhaps you have a lotus leaf in your pond. Over that there is a raindrop, very crystal clear raindrop. If you minutely observe that raindrop, you will see infinite blue sky is reflecting in that crystal clear water. So this infinite becomes finite, as if becomes finite and dwells in our heart. That is our Atman. Master Eckhart, the German mystic, said, God is nearer to me than myself. He is just as near to wood and stone also, but they know it not. They do not understand it. The human mind can catch it, can realize it. The other objects of the world do not have that organic capacity to know that it is truth. This is the 30th century Eckhart. He was a real Advaitin, and because he was an Advaitin, he was caught by the Inquisition. Swami gave all the... or Mirabai, the woman mystic, sang that song, Ram Ratan Mai Payu. I have received Ram Ratan, the gem of Rama, in my heart. You know, this heart is something where God dwells. Atman gets the connection. That is the Chit Jad Grunthi, consciousness and unconscious meeting point in the heart. Whole mystery is there. If you can meditate and can see that what is going on inside, you will be overwhelmed. As Swami Vivekananda said, his soul is potentially divine. The goal is to manifest this divinity by controlling nature, external or internal. Do this either by work or worship or psychic control or philosophy, by one or more or all of these, and be free. This is the whole of religion. Doctrine, dogma, rituals are nothing but secondary details. The potentially divine, the divinity is within us. How can we experience? That is the question. Iti kshetram tatha jnanam geyam prukta samavsata madbhakto etad viggaya madbhavaya upapaddati. Krishna says, thus kshetra means this field, this body, also knowledge, and that which has to be known, have been briefly stated. Knowing this, my devotee becomes fitted for my stage. Body is only a container. Precious things are there in it. Bad things are also there. At the deepest level of the divine spark is hidden within this body. That is the value of this body. It has infinite value, like a box containing a very costly gem. The box is ordinary, but because it contains a profound gem, it has high value. So also is the human body, called kshetra. The Krishna started this chapter dealing with the kshetra. Arjuna, this body is called kshetra, field, where you sow your actions and reap the results of your actions. That is why it is called kshetra, the field. And there is somebody who knows this field, who can understand this field. That is kshetrajna, the knower of this field. Therefore, there are two things, kshetra, kshetrajna. Till now, physical science understood the kshetra. Anyhow, I gave you myself made a comment about it. Madbhavaya upapaddati. Do you know what that means? The more you think of me, you will be me. The more you think of God, you become godly. The more you think of God, all godly qualities will enter inside you. That comes through meditation. We shall talk more in our next classes, that how we can imbibe that godly nature. So you know what is body, you know what is the Atman, and if you meditate on the Atman, you will be Atman. You will be God. Thank you. Paramatma me shuddhantam jyotiraham virajabi papma bhuyasam. Antaratma me shuddhantam jyotiraham virajabi papma bhuyasam. Paramatma me shuddhantam jyotiraham virajabi papma bhuyasam. May my body become pure. May I be free from impurities and ignorance. May I realize myself as the light divine. May my mind become pure. May I be free from impurities and ignorance. May I realize myself as the light divine. May my soul become pure. May I be free from impurities and ignorance. May I realize myself as the light divine. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace be unto all.